Yo, what's good everyone? Thank you for tuning in to today's video. As you can see from the title, we are back again with yet another review. Now in today's review, we are actually going to be taking a look at a shoe that I wasn't even expecting. It wasn't on my radar, and then out of nowhere, the shoe pops up. So genuinely very happy to have this shoe to be able to show you guys today. So just before we dive in, I just want to say a massive thank you to all of my returning subscribers. If you haven't already, please feel free to smash that subscribe button. Also, if you do enjoy this video, if you could give us a massive thumbs up, that's always truly appreciated. And if you do want to reach out to me for any reason whatsoever, please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram under ACS Sneakers. And now we got all of those formalities out of the way, sit back, relax, and let's go ahead and dive straight into this video. So just before we go ahead and actually dive into the video itself, I want to give a massive shout out to our sponsors, Shoestack. Now, for any of you guys that have been around my channel recently, you'll have heard that name before because these guys have sponsored quite a few videos on the channel already. I absolutely love working with them. I think they're absolutely incredible. And when it comes to my channel, I am super selective over, what brands I want to work with. And when it comes to Shoestack, they always deliver. And that's the reason I'm talking about them now. For any of you eagle-eyed viewers, you can probably see that behind me, all of these boxes were sent to us from Shoestack. They completely redid my sneaker wall. I think it looks incredible. It looks super professional in comparison to my previous setup. And that all comes down to Bernardo, so huge shout out to you. Always appreciate you sponsoring one of my videos. Now, if you do want to check out any of the sneaker crates or any of the other sneakerhead related items, such as shoe crates, crease defenders, sneaker wipes, anything else like that, do check out the link in my description box below. And if you want to save yourself some cash, use my code ACS10 at checkout to save yourself 10% off.
Shut up and take my money.
So first things first, before we take a look at the shoes, let's just take a quick look at the shoe box. Unfortunately, it is just your run-of-the-mill standard Nike sportswear box, and I imagine that you've seen this box everywhere. So I'm just going to read off the actual size label for you guys, which is Nike Air Max 95 NH, and this is in the Ironstone Celery Cave Stone colorway, and this is a UK size 9. Now we've got that out of the way, this is a pretty boring box, so I'm not going to take up too much of you guys' time. If we now just go ahead and just get straight into the kicks. So without any further ado, in hand we have the Nike Air Max 95 in the Ironstone Celery colorway. I'm going to be honest, I'm not even sure if that's the official name for this shoe, if there is a name for the colorway. That's just the name I'm seeing online, but there is actually very little information about this shoe. I haven't really heard anyone talking about it. I haven't seen any reviews for it whatsoever, which is unusual. And this kind of just popped up out of the blue. As soon as I saw it, I think like a lot of people who are seeing it on this video now, you might be thinking that this shoe does look very, very similar to the OG Neon colorway. Now, unfortunately, I don't actually have the OG Neons in my collection. Even to this day, that shoe continues to elude me, unfortunately. So I won't actually be able to do like a comparison side by side, but I will just go through all the individual bits of this shoe. And if you do want to check out the OG Neons, there's plenty of videos online of that shoe already. But now I've got all of that waffle out of the way, if we now just go ahead and just get stuck into this review. So diving straight into this one, now the base we do have this all black mesh material, which has then been overlaid with this semi-translucent white netting. Now this can be seen through the center of the shoe and also onto the side walls. And on the side walls of this shoe, we kind of have this almost gradient of canvas materials. So it starts a lot lighter at the very top layer to begin with, and then as we work our way down to the very bottom, it starts to gradually get darker with each individual layer. Now onto the toe cap, we have this kind of like chocolatey brown shaggy suede. And to be honest, the material quality feels absolutely fine to me. It feels like a pretty decent cut of suede material. I'll be honest, I'm not sure if it's synthetic or if it's genuine. It looks nice, it feels nice, and I think because this shoe does have like that weathered appearance to it, and it kind of has that look of a hard-wearing shoe, which to be honest, the 95 is a very good hard-wearing shoe in general. I just think this overall look to the shoe is a really nice look for winter, and something you can actually wear quite often without actually worrying too much about, is it going to get damaged? Is it suede? Is it raining? This just has a little bit more of a more rugged feel to it. Now on the lateral side of both shoes, we do have this almost diluted yellow or even neon coloured Nike swoosh. And then as we do reach the heel, done in this all silver colour. And then if we do the circle our way back into the centre of the shoe, we have those pretty standard white rope shoelaces. Now the laces themselves have been fed through these almost diluted yellow coloured eye stays. Different lighting means different results. In certain lighting it looks neon, in other lighting it kind of looks yellow, sometimes even gold. And in the current lighting setup that I've got now as I'm on camera, it's looking a little bit more yellowy gold than Volt. But like I say, in all the different rooms I've taken a look at this shoe, and definitely from the pictures online, the colour almost slightly differs from each individual lighting source, so definitely do bear that in mind. Now the laces themselves do sit atop a white mesh tongue at the base, but as we work our way up to the actual top of the tongue itself, in the centre of the tongue we do have that OG styling of Air Max branding, and this has been done in grey, black, white, as well as more hits of that yellowy Volt once again. From there, if we then just work our way onto the actual inside of the shoe, we do have an all white sock liner. Unfortunately, because it is all white, it does mean that this is going to get dirty very, very easily, unfortunately. So my advice is always the same. If you have a white sock liner, always make sure to rock these with crispy white socks, and that'll be absolutely fine. If you're rocking these with those multicolored socks, it's going to look a lot dirty a lot quicker. And if you do have dirty feet, which you might do or you might not do, it's definitely going to alter the overall look of it. So if you take care of it, it'll take care of you. Rock your fresh white socks with it and you'll be absolutely fine. And then working our way even further inside the shoe, we then have a mostly black insole with more yellow hits on the Nike Air branding. From there, if we then just work our way down to the midsole, we do just have that mostly black midsole, and as you can see, we do have visible Air units towards the forefoot and heel. Now, in the actual Air unit itself, we do have a really nice neon hit, which, to be honest, really gives it that neon feeling for me, or that neon vibe to me. Seeing those tinted Air bubbles definitely makes the difference, and definitely, like I say, makes it feel a little bit closer to the neons, just in my opinion. And then if we do the switch over to the outsole of the shoe, we then have a mostly black rubber outsole, but once again, a slight splash of colour just underneath the forefoot, as well as underneath the midfoot and heel. Now, in terms of the overall sizing for this shoe, whenever it comes to the Air Max 95, I personally feel like they all fit exactly the same, or at least that's just been my experience. So when it comes to Air Max 95s, I always go true to size, which is a UK size 9. That's definitely what I would suggest that you do as well, just to be completely honest. That's a personal preference. If you've never had a pair before, I would suggest trying one on so you know the best size for you. If that isn't really going to be an option for whatever reason, just go with your natural true to size fit in what you wear in most Air Maxes, and I do think that that'll be absolutely fine. And other than that, I think we've just about wrapped up everything that's worth mentioning on this shoe. So if we now just go ahead and wrap up this video. So just to wrap up this video and give you an overall rating for these shoes, in my personal opinion, I would say that these are easily a 7 out of 10. For me, because of the fact that I don't have the OG neons in my collection, this is going to sort of almost fill up a gap in terms of how I feel about it. I've been looking at the OG neons in terms of the last release in 2020, and looking at the resale price in my side, which is about £350, I'm just not prepared to pay that for a 95. The Air Max 95 is genuinely one of my favourite models, and there are only very, very selective shoes that I'm prepared to pay over £300 for, and unfortunately, it's not going to be for them. But for me, this shoe, whilst having that more of a weathered and more seasoned look to it, is going to be absolutely fine. It's going to fill that void, and when the neons come around the next time, or a similar neon style of shoe comes around next time, I can just go for that. So if you are like me and you're looking for that kind of almost neon vibe without being the neons, this is a genuinely pretty nice and versatile shoe to pick up. I also do think that the fact that the materials are a little bit more weathered means that it's a little bit more durable, and you probably will be able to wear it more times of year than you would the neons, especially if you live in a country like mine, which is the UK. It rains all the time here, so if I had the neons, I probably wouldn't get much chance to wear them anyway. So absolutely fine by me to go with these, but I'd love to get your guys' opinion on it as well, so do make sure to leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. If you have stuck around to this point in the video, I just want to say a massive thank you. If you haven't already, please feel free to smash that subscribe button. Also, do make sure the bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video, and I hope to see you all again in the next one.